So far in talking about ratios, we've been mostly unconcerned about units of measure. When can we do that? Well, the biggest place we can ignore units of measure in ratios is when all quantities have the same units. So, for example, if I were to say a recipe calls for water and rice in a ratio of 2 to 1, well, 2 whats to 1 what? It doesn't matter. That could mean 2 cups of water and 1 cup of rice. It could mean 2 quarts of water, 1 quart of rice, 1 liter of water, 1 liter of rice. Or it wouldn't even need to be any standard unit. If I have some sort of scoop in my kitchen, I could have 2 scoops of water and 1 scoop of rice. As long as the units of measure are the same, I can use whatever I want. And it's the same ratio. Think about mixing Kool-Aid with water. If you mix 1 cup of Kool-Aid with 1 cup of water, well, you'll get the same taste as you would if you mixed 1 quart of Kool-Aid with 1 quart of water. If the units are different, we should usually include them. So, for example, if a drink recipe calls for 2 tablespoons of sugar for every 1 cup of water, I should probably describe that ratio as 2 tablespoons to 1 cup. Things would change a lot if I did 2 teaspoons to 1 quart, for example. We'll discuss later what to do with something like this to possibly simplify things so we can play with the units a little bit more. For now, if the units are different, we should include them. There's one exception to this. If the units are obvious and really built into the name of the ratio, we can still ignore them. What do I mean by that? So, for example, suppose that at a birthday party there are 4 cakes and 50 children, and we want to write the ratio of cakes to children. Well, if I say the ratio of cakes to children is 4 cakes to 50 children, right, that's great. That's very correct. But really, could you imagine measuring the cakes in anything other than cakes? Could you imagine measuring the children in anything other than children? So if I just told you that the ratio of cakes to children was 4 to 50, that would also be okay.